Well, hello everybody. This is the Mad Scientists. I'm Mad Frankie, and this is Violet Igor. Hello.
Wait.
I'm not very good there. I'm not good at this heart-shaped thing, am I? There you go. Hey. Right. Well, I've got a balancy thing for Mr. Ugly, so that we can look at him a bit better, possibly. And I just want to show you and say to Patricia, it's all your fault. I got all these. I've got Winter's Night. I've got iced coffee. I've got silver, argent. I've got tea. I've got glacier green, which is greener than it looks there, although that looks a bit greener than it did before, and melted butter. Unfortunately, the violet cassis I ordered didn't come, so I've got to wait for that from somewhere else. So we'll play with those next time on something else when I figure out what I'm going to do with them.
Okay, I need to say hello. Hello to Liz. Hi, Angela. And hi, Anne. Anne, I sent you a message with a link to the... there you go. Oh, hi, Debbie.
We are trying out Fridays. Well, this Friday. But we're thinking that it's probably going to be Mondays. It seems to be more popular Mondays. Less interfering with other people, which is the idea. So I've got some nice thingies on, because when I play with these loads of sprays, I always get so mucky. So mucky. I'm going to remove my cup, because that'll get sprayed as well. I've got behind me 1, 2, 3, 4 boxes full of even more sprays. I've got some more sprays in the over the side there, a few more over there. So I've got lots of sprays. So we're all set, and I've covered everything with an opened plastic bag, so it should protect things, especially my screen, which I really don't want to get mucky. So, are you going to sit and do crocheting there?
Hi,
Dana. Sitting and doing crocheting.
Oh, yeah, just keep him. My hands finally don't hurt too bad today, and I'm able to do this, so I thought I would. Okay, you could take me off the screen. It's okay. I want to see Mr. Ugly's nose.
Oh, it worked. Oh, I didn't think it would work. I didn't know I could do that with the gloves on. Well. Well, now, what have I got here? I'm just going to use the glass beads here to hold that up, because I want the sprays out the way so I can see them. I've got various sprays here. I've got a load of Seth Apters. I've got some Tattered Angels, just 1 or 2 that I rather like. This one is called Pumpkin Spice. It's quite an old one. I don't know if it's still made. I got it at an auction, eBay auction, of somebody selling stuff off. And I've got some Distress Mica stains as well. This one is Crooked Broomstick, and it's got a nice coppery bronzy colour to it, and it's not a bad brown either. I just dropped one, which is Lindy's Copper Cattail Brown. I really like this colour. Oh, you can see that it's not in a Lindy's container because it arrived broken, and I had to, when I put the water in, it went, I had to rush and save it. So we got that. And I've got a couple of chalkboard ones. I've got this one, which is Teal High Heel. There we are. And I've got this one, which is Mint Chocolate Chip. These are quite good colours for... I want to do browns and rusts and copper verdigris sort of colours. Those sort of colours is what I'm looking for. And I've got a couple of... I've got this Lindy's one, which is Midnight Rendezvous. really dark. Don't know whether I'll use that. I'm going to be using mostly this, which is coffee, Seth Apters, tea, Seth Apters, and I might use some Quink Black because it's got a sort of purpley bluishness to it. And then there's Sea Spray Bleu de Mer, which is also a Seth Apter. And I've got silver, and I love this one. This one is lovely. Morning Mist, it's called. I really like that colour. It doesn't look like much there, but I really like it. And I've got some Distress Mica stains here. I've got Hocus Pocus, Empty Tune, and Jack-o'-lantern. I may or may not use half of these. I feel that I might have rather too many, but I've also got a green, spring green. Because I think you need a little bit of green, because when you see rust, you see it with reds and browns and yellows, but you also see touches of green.
Yeah.
Especially in marine rust. So let's do a bit of spraying. Well, I've got Mr. Ugly here, and as you can see, I've done a little bit more. Added some more bits. I've added this tea strength dial, which I thought was quite amusing. I've added a load more bits on this side that weren't there before. Some more cogs and gears and some Monopoly pieces. And this absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous seahorse key, which I thought was lovely. It goes well with the keyhole and the other seahorses. I'm sorry, folks. I seem to be coughing a lot. So let's start with the coffee. Now I'm probably going to sit him down and raise you up a little bit so you don't get splattered. And let's have a go. I don't want to use too much at once. I can always add more. Very difficult to take it away. It does dry quite quick on the plaster. A little bit over here, not too much. Now, let's put some of the black Quink. I really like this colour. I like the darkness of it. And the splatteriness. Do you see that? That's gorgeous, that. And do a bit round the back.
Yeah, Debbie says that she uses a puppy training pad under things as she's spraying, as it absorbs the excess. I'm just wondering, did you put did you cover that completely in gel medium?
Yeah, because I went over everything as I was putting it on. I put it underneath, put the images on the tissue down, and then went over it. I didn't go over these with it. So there's no gel medium on these metal pieces.
Right. Hi, Alicia. But there is gel medium on places where there is no metal or tissue. I was just wondering why that the ink is getting absorbed into the gesso, or the plaster rather. It's plaster.
Plaster, yes. Yeah.
Because it looks really cool.
I like the way it goes in.
He's been in battle.
Sorry, guys. I think I'm going to use a bit of this copper cattail brown over on this side. I do like it, but it needs shaking up because it's got it's got the mica in it.
Mm-hmm.
Before you press the plunger, I found that if you press the plunger before you've shaken it, you can get some of the mica up into the tube, and that's what's going to clog it for you. So if you shake it first, you've got much more chance of stopping it clogging. It's quite an intense sort of brown. Don't do much more than that. I probably need to put more on the top. Now then, I've got violet cassis and lavender. I think lavender is better. It's bluer. But I don't need to shake these because they're just dye sprays, which is lovely. We need more colour up here. There isn't so much. That's very intense.
Yes, it is.
But what you can do is to lighten it up a bit by just using some tissue and just mopping at it. You don't want to mop it all up. Well, I don't, because I like it. I think that's pretty cool. Like a little bit off the face there, a little bit off there. But otherwise, I'm quite happy with that. Now, where's the copper? I had a few coppers. I've got this.
Go back to what's the reddish color on his left eye, over his left head? Is that the T?
The left over here.
Yeah.
There isn't any red there.
His left.
His left. Oh, over here. That's the T. Yes.
Okay.
That one. T.
That's
Maron.
what I was thinking. Okay, I wrote it down.
Yeah, I like that one. I really do. It's one of my favourites. That's why I got very little left in the bottle. Right. Marabou. I don't know whether this one will come out. Might have to use the bronze instead. Of course, you can also simply dribble some on. You don't have to spray it. It's less. It goes, you know, harder to get it on because you're having to pick it up and drape it on.
Well, you could also
brush,
like put some on a toothbrush and splatter it, or a paintbrush and splatter it. But in this case, because your project is so big, it's not a flat project like a card or a postcard or a pull. I would think the way you're doing it is the better way.
Might use a bit of honey. This is a bronze shimmer, this one. Should be a bit better than that copper. Yes, but it might be. Now these over on the right-hand side of him have only just been put on earlier today.
Yeah, the Monopoly pieces.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm using a fair bit of copper because I really like copper. And there's some areas that need some more attention. Thing is, these are acrylic, so they might stay on the metal to a degree.
Uh-huh.
I mean, bead up on the hat, so they're not sticking that well to it. It's possible that the Fashion Shimmer one would. Let's see if we can get a little paintbrush. I'll shake it up again. Probably have to replace the nozzle with something. In the meantime, get a little bit on here and there. I like to put it around the mounds of plaster because That's going to look odd otherwise. If you can get it looking sort of metally, I think that's better. You don't want it showing up too white. Well, I don't. I'll probably put some bronze on as well.
Maybe
there's
you
quite
could,
a lot of plaster around the bee. Sorry.
when your hand's free, you could pick him up and show him off in all directions.
Yeah. I think I want some more of that bronze because the bronze is a sort of darker coppery colour.
Yeah. Yeah, his nose definitely needs something more.
Mm-hmm.
He looks so cool, though.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he? I like the little bits of purple, and I want to put some green in as well. And you can see that even with all these colours on, you're still getting the images showing through, which is lovely.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Sharon.
Welcome, welcome, everyone.
Good to see you.
Sit down, have a cuppa, stay a while.
Yep, I'm going to use the chiller one for a bit. Just finish this off. It's what's on the. I don't want to impregnate the bottle of bronze with what's on my brush.
Big word.
Impregnate, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I like words, so they pop into my head, unfortunately.
Don't be sorry. Hi, Sue.
See?
Much love right back at you.
Right, where's a nice, there we go.
Sharon, I went with iced coffee this morning, and I'm still on my first cup. You're ahead of me. You were behind me earlier, and now you're ahead of me. You
I've
probably
also got
drink
that
more than I do.
spice. I'm not sure whether I'm going to use that or not.
And just so everyone knows, and I know Fran doesn't mind that I say this, Lisa, duh. Sharon and I will be streaming live tomorrow at some time. Right at the moment, my brain won't tell me when.
It's to be hoped your brain will pick it up soon.
Let me think. Oh, it will be 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern, 1 a.m. UK time. And you better be in bed, not watching us. There's always a replay.
Yeah, I think I'll be up that time.
Yeah, you don't need to stay up for it. You need to get off your. You need to go get some cuddle time with Ian. So yes, we will be streaming tomorrow. Sharon, did you post? Did you schedule it yet? Is it out there and I'm not seeing it? So we get notified? Yes, tomorrow is using ugly gel prints and paper scraps. He's just looking yummy.
Just want to sort of meld things together a bit.
Yeah, that greenish, that turquoise really pulls it together. Okay, Sharon.
I do like those things.
Well, see, that was too many days ago. I've already forgotten. Now you said it, I remember, and I'll forget again in 5 minutes. So
that's my go. That's what I do. My trick.
Yeah, I have too many things to remember. Oh, and I've been reading a manual on going back and forth between 2 different cameras because I haven't given up on the other one yet. But I'm reading a manual on the Canon EOS 55, whatever OD, whatever it is. Trying to, yeah, I'm not. You know, it would be easier if I had the camera in front of me.
Yes, I know.
Yeah, it's not.
Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. Just I thought I'd get a little heads up and be able to help you there. And
Well, as they say in the ASDA adverts, every little helps.
yeah,
Every little helps.
you've slept since. Oh yes, yeah. Sharon says
Yeah?
she slept since Wednesday. Yeah, yep. I know what you mean.
Mm.
Yeah, not that you've been sleeping since Wednesday, but yeah, I know what you mean. See, I'm multitasking here, Fran. I've got the big screen TV on over on my right because the LPGA tournament is on,
All right.
and the on my left is the big picture window that I'm looking out because I've got a delivery of color change paints due any
Yes.
minute, any minute, any minute. Because they enabled me. Well, they made suggestions over in Makers for the color change paints. I think Mo posted the link, and I immediately went over there and got it. And I'm watching you, and I'm watching my computer to make sure it doesn't glitch out because it wants to go do one of those stupid window updates.
Yeah.
And I'm
Can you
over.
not to do it when you want it to?
Well, I turn it off so it doesn't do anything until I say so, but I can't control the pop-up notification, which
Ah.
as soon as that comes up, my computer starts lagging
Ah, right.
because it's like they're sucking the resources to remind me, and I'm flipping them off, and it's not doing any good.
I'm going to put a bit more bronze on.
He's looking delicious.
Just melding things in a bit. I might add more to him, but I think I'm getting close to stopping. To let him dry and then see what happens, you know?
Yeah. Sharon, will you use the color shift, the color change uh, inks tomorrow? Will you use any of those? I mean, I don't remember you saying so in that list you gave me. Hold on, I'll let you know. It is the shuttle art. It's the shuttle art, and SHUTTLEART. Okay, Sharon, thanks.
Now, if I want this to stay as it is, I might have to spray it with a spray sealer.
I was going to ask you that next, a fixative.
Yeah. Because otherwise, if I brush on any kind of sealer, any wet is going, because they're mostly water based things, any
It'll
wet
move.
is going to deactivate it and it's going to move.
Yeah.
Like with any fresh paint would as well.
Too bad you can't put gel medium in a spray bottle and spritz it.
Well, I've got airbrush medium that I can do that with. I
Yes,
might.
but you're going to tell me that you're not sure where the airbrush is and where the medium is, and
I don't need an airbrush. It's just in a spray bottle.
oh,
You're right. I don't know where the spray bottle is with it in.
I knew that was coming.
Now, anyway, first. Sorry.
Sharon,
I'll probably have to cover his skin and under his nose and things like that. But I reckon it's leave it now. I might add a little bit up later. I might touch up here and there.
Come up and give us a show and tell.
Might add a little bit of rusty saffron.
He's got a purple bruise over his eye.
Now he's got a red bruise. Let that trickle down. I reckon I'm going to stop now. I like that, trickling down there. I like the way it's melded with the purple. Still might need to add some more purple, but yeah.
Oh, look at him. He's just...
Got some good streaks down there. I'm going to need to touch up down here because it's not dribbling down the way I want it to, but apart from that, I reckon that's pretty good. I tried to avoid doing the seahorse because it's already got wax on.
Right.
You can always put some wax on some of these metal pieces afterwards. So I think that's it for him. I will need to go and wash my paintbrush, put him aside, clear up all this. It won't take very long because I've got all the boxes here, but would you like to show something in the meantime?
I don't have anything to show. But
yes, you do. You've got that stuff. That book you were showing me earlier.
That book? Where's that book?
With the goddesses in. Yeah.
Oh, all right, you go off to your thing. I'll find my book. I just had it. What did I do with it? Oh, it's right here behind me. I multitask. Yeah, rename him Mr. Colorful Gearhead. I'll tell you guys, my husband has been doing a Star Wars marathon thing, watching all the Star Wars and the little sub-series shows like Boba Fett and The Mandalorian. And so he sits right behind me and watches all that. And of course, I get interested in it. And there's R2D2 and CP375 of 9200 something robot thingy. But anyway, I look at Fran's Mr. Ugly, and that's what I think of, is those creatures on there and her ugly. I think they're adorable. That's the only reason I really like watching those shows, is because of the weird creatures that are like Jim Henson, you know? I love Jim Henson. Sure, CP30. If you say so, okay. Yeah, it looks like a futuristic Cyberman. Exactly. And I did say a nose ring, but she put the lock on his lips. So I think that's the extent of where she's going to go with that. Anyway, talking about me multitasking, over on my dining room table over there, I've got my sewing machine set up, and I'm just sewing little squares together to make a long strip, and then sewing all the little strips together. I'm putting all this scrap fabric together to make journal covers. That's one thing I'm doing. And while I was looking for inspiration, I found one of my quilt books. This one is about fast fusible fabric art for quilted or frame projects. And I happened to open it earlier, and Fran just bug-eyed out about what she saw. So I'm going to show you. Talk about, these are quilts. Talk about collage. Is that not beautiful? I mean, can you see all the different aspects of that? I think that's gorgeous. There's another one that she saw that she fell in love with. This one is called The Three Goddesses.
I love that one.
Yeah, it's a quilt. It's a panel, actually, would be more correct. But there's three goddess faces. There's one here coming out of the lava, the fire coming out of that. There's her face. There's one down here in the water. See if I can hold it still so you can see. You can see her face there. And there's one up here in the sky, if you can see her face there. I thought it was beautiful. But it's just different ways to different ideas for collage, or as Fran says, collage. These are some of my favorites. My favorite is autumn. But they're done on quilts. Why couldn't you transfer that same idea to
dolphin?
Yeah, isn't that beautiful?
Lovely.
Not just fabric collage, but why not take your, you get your idea from your gel plate papers. There's so much color and texture in them.
You know, even for somebody who doesn't do quilting or sewing or anything like that, a book like that, you could cut images out and use those for collage.
Oh, I would never do that. No. Oh, not my book. Get your own. No. This is inspiration for me. This has so much inspiration, not just ideas for subject matter, but color, putting colors together. And again, like I said, collage. And my mind is saying, I've got some painting papers that are just plain blue like this that I could probably do some texturing on without changing them too much, and then tear them up to create pieces that I could glue down on a substrate and do this. And if you go look at Aunt Beck's creations, she did some beautiful artwork where she did exactly that. She has cats. She has like 6 cats between her and her son that lives with her. They have 6 cats, and she has found the papers, torn the papers up, and put together portraits of her cats with torn papers. Wow. You have to see it. It's beautiful. And if you could imagine taking your painting papers and creating, I mean, I know this is for quilts. It's inspiration for colors that go well together or how to use them, for subject matter, for embellishing. I get lots of ideas from this. There's start out with a painting paper and put a groundwork on it, and then put a bird in there, more bird, step by step. Yep. No, you don't tear my book up. I don't think so. Go get your own.
I just got to move some of these pots because they're going to get in the way of braring off.
Anyway.
I'm going to do printing. Put these over here.
And this is a book I have from let's see, where's the last copyright date? Volume 7, second printing, 1975. That was the year my oldest son was born. And it's an art book, various art. It's the Family Creative Workshop.
Ooh.
From glassworking to hibachi.
What the heck's hibachi?
Well, hibachi and hot pot cookery, page 890. Let's go see. Hibachi and hot pot cooking. Like I said, this is from 1974-75. So hibachi must be a form of Japanese cooking.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Hibachi and hot pot cooking were originally rooted in the need for extra warmth in winter. Fuel has nearly always been in short supply in Japan. So at one time, almost all the cooking was done over a charcoal fire housed in a tiny cast iron hibachi grill, with the fuel warming both the food and the diners.
Oh.
No way, Sharon. This book, are you kidding me? Wait, I got another one. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. I don't. There you go. I've got 2 of them, Sharon. I've got book 2 and book. What is this one? 7. And I've had these since probably 75. Isn't that cool? Okay.
Are those on vases?
These are, if I'm not mistaken, they're blown glass.
Blown glass. Okay.
Yep, glass working. From what I'm seeing.
I've got a blown glass vase. I'm not sure what it is. I think it's fairly vintage because it's got the punt mark on the bottom.
Yep, this is blown glass, so I'm thinking that's what all this is. And there's how to do it.
I seem to have I'm going to put me back on.
Uh-huh.
I seem to have washed these hands and I washed the gloves, and why is it now covered in black? I don't know. It's ridiculous.
You're melting.
Yeah, I'm melting. I'm melting. God. Right. Well, I've got my gel plate out, and there's some remnants on this one. So I don't know. Shall we see if we can find something on it? I must just find my little painty boogers pot, which I don't know where I put it.
I'm going to go back up because I didn't see everyone's comments. How far up? Oh, Anne says rename him Mr. Colorful Gearhead. Hi, Debbie. If I didn't say hi before. Anne says I have that book. The one with the, Anne, you have the one with the snippet sensations, the fusible stuff. Is that the one you meant? It's a lovely book. Yeah, Sharon Luxton Hanson. Who doesn't?
Didn't see you there.
Yeah.
Well, I'll just leave those for now because I can't find my little pot to put them back in.
I wonder if print snippets could be adhered to a lightweight iron-on. Yes, it can. And I guarantee you, I have lightweight iron-on fabric. And what I do, what I've learned, lesson learned, I made a book cover, and I have the book. I have the book right here that I could show you, and it's gone. They go away by themselves. And I covered the book with fabric, and when I put the fabric on the spine, the glue I used seeped through, and I learned a new language when I saw that, called cussing.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yep. I said some words. I made some words up. So I learned from, oh gosh, I can't remember who it is. But anyway, I used the, is it Wonder Under maybe, or the stabilizer, but I ironed on the paper to that. And then glued that onto the book. And because of the iron-on, there was a barrier between the glue and the paper, or the fabric rather, so it didn't seep through. And that was really helpful.
Yeah.
But I've also used gel prints. I've ironed them to Wonder Under, lightweight Wonder Under, and use that to adhere. I always use glue anyway, a little bit, because you never know. But yeah, it gave it more body, more stability, the copy paper, and it worked just fine.
Good. Right. Well, I think I'm ready to do a bit of printing.
Okay.
I've got some papers somewhere.
And I would have trouble covering up antique fabrics. Oh, wow. Here's the thing, Anne. I've been the same way, but I am now 65, and there's only me and my brother left in the family, in our immediate family, and most of my aunts and uncles are gone too. And it's like, well, if I don't use them now, they're never going to get used. And if having them packed away is not any good for them either. So it's like, now's the time to start using them. I'm an antique now, so what I'm saying is it's time for me to start using the antique stuff. Hoard the art, don't hoard the product.
That's a good point. Yes.
Yeah, hoard the art. Go ahead and make the art and hoard that if you want. But the products that you would use to create your art, your fabric, your thread, your papers, whatever, yeah, start using them. Life's too short.
Yeah, because otherwise other people are going to go, what's all this rubbish?
Yeah, exactly. Well, and that was the other thing is bless his heart, you all say who enables you and everything, but when it comes right down to it, my husband enables me because he says, whatever you want, baby. Well,
Yeah.
okay, there I go.
Yep.
So, but at the same time, there isn't anyone, the kids don't live nearby. They don't even live even easily accessible to get to us. I mean, one is on the other side of the country and the other is on the other side of the state, and we just don't see them, but maybe once every year or 2 years. I don't want them to have to worry about what do I do with everything. So I'm using it. I'm just going to start using it. I'm the antique now. I'm the elder, so I'm just going to start using the antique stuff that I've collected. Hence the reason those books for 1974, I've brought them out. I'm not cutting them up. I don't care what you say.
Well, I've got a lot of beading up here.
I think, Sharon, there is a way to adhere cling wrap to paper, but you know, I think it's touch and go. Stitch Witch, yes, yes, yes.
There we are. We've got quite a lot of beading up going on there.
Yep.
And I think I need to put this down quickish. And then I'm going to leave it for a moment because this is stuff from before and I want it to adhere and pull it off because I don't know exactly what's going to happen. There's not a lot there. There's a little bit I'd like to get up. But isn't that lovely cloudiness?
I love it. I just don't like the color. It needs more blue in it.
Yeah, well, can always add a bit more blue next time. It's a bit purpley. I like purple.
Well, yeah, it's purpley, and I like purple. But initially, when you put it down, it was too pinky. So yeah, it looks better there.
Look at all you can put something else on top.
That is just cool. That's like snow.
Yeah, exactly. It is, isn't it? Like snow. And there's some lovely pattern in there. Absolutely lovely beading up. Anyway, that's that one. One. Do you want me to take you off screen?
Sure. Yes, then we could see you better. Sue, I have a couple pieces of Fenton. I have a bluebird from Fenton's because I lived over in West Virginia, and my husband worked not far from the Fenton factory. And just before they shut down, he brought me home a couple of bluebirds and a butterfly, and it's not antique, but Fenton has a pretty good price fresh out of the shop.
I think we're going to add some of this as well.
And I have tried the cling wrap. I just don't think it's because I tried it and that was it. So it must not have been something that like, whoa, I need to do this more. Oh, I like those colors.
Yep, I quite like them.
There was a place in Oklahoma, and I can't think of the name right now, that I always wanted a piece of their art, and they went out of business years ago. Shoot, can't think of the name. Hi, Mariah. Welcome up. Thank you for coming by. We know you're busy. You're busy supplying us all with
request for Mariah. I have a request.
Oh, yeah. Fran has a request for you.
Yep. I would like you to do some informative spraying videos. You know a lot about sprays, And I've got loads of sprays and know very little. I would love to learn from you.
There you go.
Request. That's not too bad at all.
That's not too
still
bad.
Got some of that clouding. Well, sort of the beading up turns into sort of cloud shapes like down here.
Yep.
And I've got the pattern of the mold that I pushed on. So you could do the same with a stamp, as well as with various stencils.
Right. Sharon will be doing some sprays tomorrow. Fran has eye inks.
Yeah, they're not sprays.
I don't know.
Eye ink using them, wasn't I? But I've got the eye ink ice thingies.
Yes. Okay. Yep, you're right. Mariah said, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. If I need to make a new one, I totally will. I have loads of terracotta to show how to use. I don't know what terracotta is.
Oh, it's cheddar, isn't it?
Oh, back up here. Let me back up. She says, I have one we did last year. I will post it in Makers. So maybe she's already done one.
Oh, that would be good.
Oh, that would be good. That would be real good. Terracotta for everyone.
I'm not wild about the color terracotta.
Yeah,
it's okay.
It's New Mexico or Arizona soil. And that's what I was thinking, Sharon. It's a clay color.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the PM stencils, the daisies.
Yeah, I like those too.
Yeah, go watch Carrie's video where he used them.
All right. I don't seem to have any more of the daisies there. I did have a load more, but I don't know what I've done with them. I can use that one though. These are all clinging just like they do to peas. No, I've got to brayer it first. Actually, I think I might just see if I can pick this up because it's quite good under there. We'll use that next time. I'm just grabbing some tissue from behind me. It's very difficult to do when you bend backwards. And I've got some separation happening there as well, which is nice.
I swear to God, that delivery guy is just sitting there eating taking a long lunch break. He hasn't moved. Oh, that's
going to be quite delicate, I think. I think it's going to be quite delicate. I've got some, as well as the clouds of the beading up, I've also got some dendritic action happening here, little branches, veins. Let's see what happens. Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Quite well sprinkled with the clouding. And we've still got the impression from that mold. Interesting. I think I might need to use a bit less of the green gold. It's lovely, but I think I need more of the copper than the green gold. That's the copper one, isn't it? Yeah.
So here's a perfect example. That pull right there is minimal alteration, minimal change, right?
Yeah.
That pull right there would be excellent to tear up for what I was showing earlier, the fabric collage. So it would be great for a paper
So,
collage. I mean, if you remember the picture, the big picture I showed you of the lady laying down,
yeah.
those colors would be excellent in there.
Yeah. I seem to be using an awful lot of this teal. I might have to get another one of those. Although I've got one in the fluid, but not in the high flow. I might have to get another one. Oh dear.
If you see me muted, it's because my husband just walked in the door.
Okay. Right.
Is that stencil top left? Is that one of PM Artist Studio?
All of these on the plate at the moment are PM Artist Studio.
Oh, I didn't recognize that one.
This is part of the same set as this. This.
The Celtic. Oh, okay. Okay.
That's the one. And this one I cut out. It was on a sort of squared off sheet. And I just cut it out to give it more form. Right. This is the one I like doing, where you go like that. And then you put it all back on again.
Registration.
Yeah, take this one off. And this one off. And then you get the other bits of it. I do find it quite difficult to lift it up with my funny fingers. I mean, that one's got no protection on it, but it hurts. It's so tender. And the other ones just won't pick up at all. So, yeah, I really ought to be using something like that to pick it up. Much more likely to get a decent effect. I'm starting to get lots and lots of layers on there from the previous pulls. That's not bad, is it? It's looking quite interesting.
That's not bad. That's yummy.
Yeah. Pretty interesting. Yes. One for the floor for the drawing room. I like
Mariah says, I have a fat envelope of things for you, Fran. Still room, though, so not sending yet. My goodness.
I'm going to use that one next, I think. I'm liking that combination of colors.
You go, girl.
That one. Wipe its nose. There you are, dear.
It'd be cool if you brayered only in one direction just to get, but then it wouldn't look as splotchy and cool.
I don't know. Well, we'll have to try it, won't we? Could give it a go. That one. Looks like I'm using that one as well as it's landed on there. And what else? There we are. A nice combo. That's a bit skew with, but the wind from my fan blew it the last minute. That one. And that one. And that one. And that one. I like it when they're over the edge. They're much easier to pick up. So we'll go with the Baron. See if we can pick up a little bit more. I find that using the high flow, you can pull much more quickly and get something.
I never got around.
Huh?
Sorry, that was Russ. We're talking golf. You don't want to know.
That's not bad. That's a nice combination, actually. I'm liking that.
I like it. Anne says, when you are waiting for a delivery, as Violet is, does anyone else have the song from the Music Man about the Wells Fargo wagon run through your head, or is it just me? It's probably just you, Anne, because I don't even know the song.
No.
There's no song running through my head when I'm waiting. There's just frustration, like, why isn't he here? Why did he go to their house first? Why did he drive by and go to that house? Why isn't he here? Yep, that's how I do it. Lisa, in my group, The Art of Streams, I have a list of, pretty sure it's over there. I have a list of people who don't have printers who would love printed stuff. I have a list of, I have addresses and names of people in the group who, the majority of them in my group, can't afford a lot of things like the golden paints or even the Amsterdam paints. And they do gel printing, papers. They love papers, anything. So if you were looking for a list, you could either go through the members list in Makers or go to the Art of Stream. Physical healing. Sue.
Don't want that one. want that one.
Little Ron Howard sings it. I will have to look that up. I like Ronnie Howard. Just golf. The British Open Golf Tournament. Yeah, I had the LPGA on. Apparently, women's golf doesn't appeal to me as much as men's. Go figure. I thought I had posted. I will, though, Mariah. I will make that an announcement type thing. We'll come up with something. The link to my group. Okay, I'll post it. I don't know why I don't do that. Because. All right. Just answer the questions. And you'll be in like Flint.
Mm.
There you go. That's my group.
In like Flint?
In like Flint. Is that a term that you know?
It's a film.
Well, yeah, it is with Marvin.
Lee Marvin.
Yeah. Yes, postage has gotten stinking expensive, and this is why I love Prime. And why my shipping out has been minimalized.
Look at that! Look at that! All came through.
It amazes me everything that Mariah ships. The Pirates of Penzance.
It's a very model of a modern Major General.
What?
Sorry.
Uh-oh, Fran's been triggered. I don't know what you put down there, but I like the colors. I like the whole thing.
I can't remember what I put down there.
Well,
I've just really putting things down. Oh, it was Nicolet's of gold and the teal.
Okay.
And I got that.
Well, you got some extra on there too.
I did it in stripes, like you said, spraying only one way.
Isn't that cool? I mean, not always. I like the splotchiness, but in the stripes like that, that's kind of cool.
And I'm still getting clouding and spots. Lots there. Lovely. And that Celtic thing goes quite well with those. Those two Celtic ones. Nice.
I'll add it to the other 4 I have.
You got those?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Hold
on.
What next?
Let me.
Let's do something different. Tripled it on the edge. Have to get that up. Now then.
I apologize, lady. I think you heard my husband cuss there, and I apologize. He gave me a gift. He wasn't cussing in a bad way. It's just his mouth. It's just the way he talks.
Dear me. Dear me.
Yeah. Not in public. He's in his own home, so he didn't realize I unmuted. Okay, what did I miss? Going to film P. Pulling Prince. Yes, I saw that. Pirates of Penzance is considered a comic opera. It is a good one.
Yeah, of course it is.
You know, Susan, if you always compare, you're always going to find someone who's got it worse or better than you, and it's not cool. It's like, don't invalidate yourself that way. If you're struggling, you're struggling, and I'm sorry to hear it.
You talking about COVID or?
No, I think we were back referencing the shipping costs.
Oh, right. Gotcha. Yes.
And she said, and now my income is only retirement and Social Security, and I know how you feel, Sue. That's where I'm at, and I am struggling to live within new limits, but I know so many have it much, much worse. There's always someone that has it worse, always someone that has it better, and that should have nothing to do with how it's, you're struggling. You're struggling. That's all there is to it. And I know what it feels like. We thought Rogers and Hammerstein were our cousins.
Why? Why? That's weird. But why?
Lisa has to go. She says, I've enjoyed the stream today. Have to go walk my grand fur baby. There you go. That's important stuff. When we started the stream today, there was, if you go back and listen, there was a couple little squeaks. That was Fran's fur baby on his squeaky toy, Rufus, playing with his squeaky toy.
Yep. Now, did you say you thought Rogers and Hammerstein were your cousins?
Ann Lover said that.
Ann Lover said, come on, Ann. Why?
I agree, Sue. I absolutely agree, for both ourselves and others. Yes. I think when they were younger, they thought that. So maybe it was just childhood wishful thinking.
Maybe.
And FYI, Mariah posted a link to a video they did, M's favorite ways to color spray. So she posted the link in Makers.
Good.
Yep. You can all not now, but when we're done, y'all can go over there and have a look-see.
I'm liking the look of this through here, but I bet it's not going to come out as good as that. It's looking quite nice now.
It does. It looks like coral, underwater coral.
It does a bit, doesn't it? Shipwreck, underwater shipwreck with coral.
There you go. Oh, Anne says about Rogers and Hammerstein, because they were talked about and played so much in our house. Dad would tell us about them. He loved learning and shared what he learned.
Uh-huh.
And we did have cousins that sent us reel-to-reel tapes. Wow.
Ah. So they thought that they were coming from Rogers and Hammerstein's, their cousin. I see. That makes sense.
They were actually related. That looks gorgeous. You got to hold it still and tilt it so the light's not glaring at us. That is cool.
It's not bad, is it?
Not bad.
I'm liking it. That's pretty neat.
Good color.
Lovely. Yeah, I like that one. It sort of picked up the teal that had been affected by the Nicolazo gold. And what did I just put on? I know what I put on. I put this Sailor Blue and pearl iridescent.
Iridescent pearl.
Yeah, I like that iridescent pearl. It's got a very silvery sort of colour to it. Only it isn't. It's pearl. Try the silver. I bet it wouldn't work half as well.
I tell you, I still watch. I have TCM, I think it is, the Classic Movie Channel, or Turner Classic Movie Channel, and I still watch. I record all the time old shows like that, classic shows, and by classic I mean 30s, 40s, 50s.
Yeah.
Double Indemnity, one of my favorites that almost is always on the DVR that Russ laughs at me. You watching that again? Is The Ghost and Mrs. Muir with Gene Tierney.
Oh, I love that one.
Oh,
yeah.
and Brooks Harrison.
Yeah.
I could watch it over and over and over. It's anything with Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn, Gene Tierney, Barbara Stanwyck, Fred McMurray. And then I watched growing up. My Saturday mornings, if I got the TV, were musicals. Fred Astaire, Ginger Rogers, Gene Kelly, Esther Williams, Jimmy Stewart. Yes. Ha-cha-cha. Jimmy Durante. Yes. Cary Grant.
Arsenic and Old Lace. I love that one.
Oh, absolutely. Anything with Myrna Loy and William Powell, the Thin Man.
Yeah. I love those. Didn't get to see very many of them. They should have done more of those.
You have to join Flick Froc's website, Sharon, if you like the fashion designers. They tear them apart. They look for authenticity. Look for Flick Froc's. I want to say that correctly. Jimmy Stewart. Oh yeah, he was John Wayne for the westerns. John Wayne and
you know what my two favorites are? Rio Bravo and El Dorado. Those are my two favorites.
And those are newer ones. Those are classics now.
Yeah, I like them because they were funny.
Yeah, those are newer ones actually from some of the other ones I named. But I like the ones. My favorites with John Wayne are the ones with Anne Margaret, Maureen O'Hara, and Dean Martin. Not all in the same.
The Quiet Man.
But
Maureen O'Hara.
Oh man. How Green Was My Valley? Maureen O'Hara and Roddy McDowell. And then there's one with Maggie Smith. She played a school marm.
The Pride of Miss Jean Brodie.
You got it.
Famous.
That's it. Yep. She was a disillusioned school marm, school teacher.
Yep.
Rita Hayworth. Yep. Was it Rita Hayworth, the one who invented the code?
Yes, I think it was.
Yeah. No. Was it? Don't say no if you don't know.
Marlene Dietrich.
No, it wasn't Marlene Dietrich, although she probably did something.
Myrna Loy?
She did Wi-Fi stuff. That's right. She did wireless.
Was it Myrna Loy?
No, it wasn't Myrna Loy.
You may be right.
Somebody like that. Yeah.
Marlene Dietrich.
Ooh, that's very undersea looking.
Very cool. You could have thrown some other color in there.
Well, it's got some in there. It's got the pearl. I like it.
So imagine if you were doing one of those collages like in my book, and it was an undersea one. Yes, these would all be excellent for that.
Yep. Lovely.
Very
And
nice.
you've got nice mottling where the stencil was down.
Did you run off some new sea urchins?
No, I haven't. Not
No,
yet.
you didn't
I
make
need
any
to.
more?
I do need to. I don't want to use that nice one. It's just
Hedy
too nice.
Lamarr.
Hedy Lamarr. Ah, there you go.
She was the actress inventor. Oh.
I might. If I do silver this time.
Oh, and then I can name movies like Jeanette MacDonald. We're going back to just new talkies. Jeanette
What about Dina Durbin?
Yes. I'm trying to think. Mr. Smith builds a house or goes to Washington or something. That's one that comes to mind.
Should have shook this one. I didn't shake it. You need to shake them. Shake it, shake it.
Shake, shake, shake,
You
shake
want a
your
better
booty.
colour.
Wow, that's purple blue.
That's ultramarine blue.
Yeah, I follow TCM on Facebook, so they're always posting tidbits and information about the, especially the older, now gone actors and actresses and stories about them. And Ben Mankiewicz usually does a little spiel, or one of his coworkers do a little spiel before or after a movie, talking about little behind the scenes trivia. Always loved that.
Yeah.
You missed.
Yep, I missed. I splidged.
You smidged.
That's good enough.
Uh-oh, it's 9 stops away. It's just around the corner. Just around the corner. There's not 9 stops between us and that corner. Well, he's going in the wrong direction then.
They've done that on me and all.
Yeah, see, this is where I sit here and I watch the truck go around. They're in my neighborhood and I watch it and I talk to them and I tell them stuff, don't go that way. And they don't listen to me.
Naughty people.
Heidi and Lover. It's always number 1, but it's got to be the one with Shirley Temple. I watched a remake, probably the first remake after her, and I did not like it, and I refused to watch any more remakes with her. Hi, Zandra. And Mariah's back.
Hello, Mariah. Hi, Sandra.
Oh, another of my weekend shows to watch was Basil Rathbone and
Basil.
Rathbone.
Like that.
And I can't think of the other guy, but he played Sherlock Holmes.
Nigel. Basil Rathbone and Nigel.
Uh-huh.
Can't remember.
Right.
On the tip of my tongue there for a minute.
Yep. But I loved watching them and Charlie Chan. And I know it's not correct these days to, the way they portrayed it. But I loved watching Charlie Chan. The Little Princess, the Littlest Colonel. Yep. And Heidi. Yep, you got it, Ann. You and me, we'd sit down, we'd have us a bottle of wine and a party with old
I'd agree with everything except the Littlest Colonel. I've never heard of that.
The Little Colonel? Really?
Never heard of it.
Huh.
No. There's a new one on me.
There's your urchin.
That's the smaller one. I'm not using the big one. I won't. Not gonna.
Okay.
Good. Listen to Mama. If Mama says she won't, she won't. That's some interesting patterning going on over there.
Yes, it is. That is nice paper.
It's just the wet strength, which is not all that strong.
Yeah, where are you getting all that? What are you touching?
Coming through, coming through.
Is it really coming through when it
Yeah,
never did that
yeah.
before?
Yeah, well, it's coming through. It's coming through.
I think you got gypped.
That is nice.
That is nice. Tilt it so the light's
nice.
not glaring on it. Yeah, that's nice.
I've got some odd shapes here where I've been pressing down where the stencils weren't. That's the gaps in between.
You're tapping it off screen.
That.
A little more, little more, little more, little more, little more. There you go. Very nice.
I like what happened with the urchin. No, not the urchin, the urchin circle. That's what it was, the donut.
Yeah.
From the urchin circle. I like that. That's fascinating.
Mariah says we just ordered some new papers to test out. Mm.
Oh, yes. Are they available universally or only in the USA? Just asking.
International?
I think we'd better do some more of them. Now, I want to use some of that with the silver. I'm going to use the silver, and I'm going to use some green.
I really think this delivery guy is spending too much time at these other people's houses. He is not. Yes, quit talking. Quit talking. Just run up to the door, put it down, take a picture, and leave.
Oh, you should have seen the woman that came this morning. She came up with something Ian had ordered. And she came along and she was singing. And I couldn't figure out what she was saying. And then I realized she was singing. Hello. What? What did she say? Oh, she's singing. God damn me. That's different. Not going to get so much selling, I don't suppose, because it's using that iridescent, which is not quite low.
You know, Anne, you're probably correct. Well, you know what? I'll tell you what. My neighbors, they never deliver. Time never delivers. Amazon never delivers to just me. When I'm waiting, ask Fran. She's waited with me and she hears me going at it. They don't deliver until everybody in the neighborhood orders. It's like, okay. So yeah, they probably, quite a few neighbors went crazy on Prime Day, and they're interfering with my delivery.
Yep.
Yeah. See?
Bad people.
Yeah. What are you saying there for? You've only got toothpaste coming. What do you care? I got important stuff coming. Color change paints are coming. Sue, we're so happy to have you here. You go take care of you, okay? Yes, how rude.
Oh, thank you, Susan.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a good day.
He is up now. Now, why are you going that way? There's no road even there. It's a dead end. Come back.
Ooh. Maybe he's turning around. Maybe he's got a really big lorry for all those paints you ordered.
I only ordered the one set. There's 16 little bottles in the one set. That's what we were all working on. I mean, playing with and talking about. It's like, well, I'm not going to miss that. He's 6 stops away. Okay.
What happened? Wasn't he closer than that?
Well, he was 9, then 7, now 6. He's coming back. He better come back in my direction, or he's driving into a hill, because that's a dead end. Nothing there but a hill, downhill, and then a water tower on the other side.
Downhill racer.
Downhill racer. I like your the sea dragons too. Really like those.
They're really well.
Yeah.
I'm like.
Anne says, I cannot remember what I ordered. The bright side is every box is a happy surprise.
Yeah.
Not for
but
me.
What if I'm expecting ice diamond stuff? Not ice diamond. I think ice stuff. And what turns up is a load of knickers. Not such a surprise, more a sort of oh.
No, there's no surprise, because especially today it was raining, so I want to follow the package. I don't want to leave it set out there to get wet. Xandra asks, Fran, do you cut your own stencils?
Yep. Oh, so very lucky to get lots of stencils, lovely stencils from PM Artist Studios. So I like to use both. That's a little bit missing.
Like PM Artist Studio, you get a bug in your head that you want a particular, like the sea dragons.
Yeah. That's not bad, that.
I'm going to post. These are, Xandra, I'm going to post the link to PM Artist Studio shop. Go have a look-see if you haven't already.
I think I'm going to use iridescent gold. I haven't used that for a while.
Oh, she does know you could. Well, that's all right. I don't mind wasting the hand effort. Just a little copy paste for anybody that comes and watches later. Ann Laver says, Fran has some awesome stencils. We in the U.S. covet. I don't covet them. Ha ha ha. I just say, Fran, can I have that? And she says, why, of course. And then she sends me a digital print, and I cut it out myself on my machine.
Makes it much easier than trying to post it, doesn't it?
Yes. Probably if you tried to, everybody asks if you're going to sell them or not. And the thing is that your life has been so disrupted.
Complicated, yeah.
Yeah, in the past, wow. As long as I've known you. And
I just find the very idea of selling daunting.
Yeah.
I don't understand it. I don't know what to do about it. I don't understand all the huge documents you've got to fill out to do it. It's just makes me scared.
So I thought, well, if you wanted to do not hard copy, but if you just wanted to sell the digi, like someone like me that has my own machine, I can cut it myself. So you just sell the SVG file.
Yeah, that's only if you've got a silhouette. Right.
So that would be easy. Just say, you don't have to open a business. You're not gonna probably sell enough to qualify as over here. I don't know over there. Over here, I could sell the digi for a couple bucks and say, put it in my PayPal and I'll ship it to you. I sold my crochet, but that's how I did it. I didn't create a business legally because I really didn't earn anything. If
Uh-huh.
I sat down and looked at overhead and costs of material and everything and what I charged, I didn't make a penny.
No.
It probably cost me after shipping.
Well, I wouldn't want it to do that.
Right. So, and the way the cost of shipping is going up nowadays, again, yeah, I love SVG files. A silhouette or a cricket would be, I think Mariah uses a cricket, and Fran and I have silhouettes.
Sometimes Mariah is kind enough to send me a JPEG image, and I can cut from that.
Right. Right. I can do a PNG, or a JPEG. Or an SVG. I like the SVG because I get a little more control.
Like the PNG because it can mean that somebody's done all the hard work for you.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is just put it into Silhouette and cut it. But people have left the white layer on. You've then got to figure out how to get rid of the white layer, and that can throw me a bit.
Right.
Too much though. It's still possible.
And you wonder if the SVG files work on the Brother, and I'm thinking you mean the Brother Scan and Cut. And I would say that if you have a photo editing program, or you could find one free online like GIMP, I believe if you find one that will open the SVG file, then you can resave it as a JPEG or BMP or PNG or whatever it is. You'd have to do a little look around. Oh, Liz answered your question.
What?
She says they do. The Brother, the SVG files do work on the Brother. She has one.
Oh, well, there you go then. That means you can just send the SVG file.
Exactly. I mean, if you wanted to just sell that way, and I don't think you're going to get bombarded that you need to worry about setting up a business or whatever. But I don't know UK laws. If you just wanted to say, well, hey, if Anne wants the Sea Dragon, you could send her the SVG file. She drops some money in your PayPal. You send her the SVG file. You're done.
Yeah, that might work.
And you don't set it up like it's a business. You just set it up like a transfer of funds from one friend to another. I don't know. Maybe that's illegal.
Oh, that's nice. Hey, look at this. That's not bad.
Tilt it. Very cool.
That were pretty good.
If you were going for underwater, take the Celtic off. Otherwise, I like it all.
Yep. Well, I just like the pattern, so. Yes, it's a Celtic ship, you see. That's a plate that was in the ship when it sank. And those are the trilobites that are swimming about. And the sea dragons, see? So.
There you go, Liz. Liz and Ann, you two need to get together, and Liz will show you how to do it in. Did you mean Canvas or Canva? I think you meant Canvas. I don't know.
It's used gold.
Who else has a scan and cut? Mariah, do you have a scan and cut? Was it you?
I think she's only got a Mica and a what's the other one?
Cricket?
Yeah, Cricket. The Mica is the bigger version, isn't it? I didn't think she's got anything else.
Well, and I went looking because a while back it was like Mariah has a wish list, and if dreams were to come true, she would want that big giant. It was like a CMD or something like that. I probably getting that all wrong, but I'm sure she knows what I'm talking about. And I went and looked one up and went, uh-huh. we got to all group together and buy more stencils so Mariah has the money to get one of those big professional cutters. CNC machine. Yep, that's it. See? Mariah has a dream. Wow, that is
Murky.
yeah, I was just exactly. You read my mind. Murky waters. Oh, she has plans for it beyond stencils.
Ooh, that
Hmm.
sounds intriguing.
Well, did y'all hear that Sharon's husband got a 3D maker?
Ooh,
Yep. I know that Ian's buddy has one, so
Ian's got one.
oh, Ian does.
Yeah.
Well, right on. Well, I'll be singing.
Oh, I'm out of paper. I'm out of paper, folks. Where's my paper?
Now is not the time to run out of paper.
Well, I don't want to use that one. It will spoil it. Let's have to use a big piece of that.
Anne, are you saying you've had a brother scan and cut for 5 years and you still don't know how to use it well? Liz, take her by the hand. I don't know what I would use one for, Mariah. She says, love the idea of the 3D printers. I'm not sure. Now Fran can go crazy with stuff. I know she can.
Well, I've got some 3D models that I made when I was still doing 3D on the computer. And I would love it if Ian would cut some of those. But it's got to be in the right format. And he's learning Blender, which is a free program.
Right.
And if he can learn it enough, he might be able to figure out how to do that. To take the file I've got, one of my files, and turn it into a file that he can use in the 3D printer. But at the moment, he cuts things for work sometimes.
Yes.
And occasionally cuts something and he goes, oh, all right. Would you like this, dear? So I get to use it in 3D, in modeling.
Sharon sent me a link to a site where you can pick up 3D patterns, of things people have already come up with.
Yeah.
And it was like, wow, that's interesting. All the things they make, nothing jumped out at me that I just had to have it. But I thought it was pretty cool. I mean, tiny houses.
Ian to get that file of the Windwalker and do one of them. I would love one of them. You could sit it in front of your fan and it would just walk.
And they're not. I didn't think it was that expensive for the 3D maker for the one that she told me about. And then the filament is the stuff you use to create it, the plastics or whatever.
Yep.
So no more. I don't think it was any more so than a Silhouette and Yupo and all of that. A glow forge. Anne says, Mariah, have you seen a glow forge?
What's one of them?
I don't know. Should I go look?
I never heard of glow forge.
It sounds vaguely familiar.
Oh, got some green on me.
Oh, it's a 3D laser printer.
Oh, is it?
I look at that and go, nope, if there's something bigger, commercial size, that's what Mariah wants.
Ooh, this is quite interesting. That's quite good. I like the little tinges of blue from the previous thing and the gold and the black.
That actually came out really nice.
Isn't it? Interesting. I like that. Lovely. Well, I'm getting a bit hemmed in here. And my back's starting to hurt.
Okay.
41, so I reckon I'll do one more. And then I think I will stop. So what shall I do with it? Let's do this one.
Thingiverse. Thingiverse is where Sharon sent me to look at 3D patterns.
I couldn't quite reach it.
Many years ago, when I was younger, when my boys were younger, I used to do woodworking, and I had a router and a drill press and a skill saw and a bench press and all kinds of tools that I loved playing with.
I think I've got to put some red with this. Or maybe some pyrrole orange, I think. Just for fun, as the last silly thing that won't turn out. Okay. There we are.
That's a mesh of colors. Let's see what you do with that. Whoa. You're out of the sea and into the volcano.
Yep. We're into the center of the earth. Journey to the center of the earth.
Journey to the center of the earth with who was that with? Pat Boone. Who was the older guy?
Lindstrom, wasn't it? Somebody? Professor Lindstrom or something?
Yeah, but who played him? It wasn't Sam Neill, was it? But it reminded me of Sam Neill. Journey to the center.
Yeah, paper, what up? Oh, I've lost a bit of paper now.
The original with, no, not that one. I want the original one. James Mason.
That's right, James Mason. Of course it was.
James Mason, Pat Boone, and who was the
girl?
The girl and the big Norwegian guy or Swedish guy, whatever. See, my internet is barely doing anything because of that darn update.
Mm-hmm. Oh, we're getting the county broadband on the 28th.
Finally.
Exactly. I mean, it's only, what, a year later than they said it was going to be? Cost us a fortune.
Arlene Dahl. David Thayer. Hans. Peter Ronson played Hans. Arlene Dahl. I would have never thought that. Anyway. Yes, you have, Julie. That's okay, dear.
Look, rusty hands.
Yeah, Mariah has to go. She's getting Brad's truck. They've got to go get Brad's truck. Julie just got here, but that's okay, dear. It's recorded. You can come back. And you know what? Just to let everybody know, I think Fran and I have decided we're going to switch from Wednesdays to Mondays.
Yeah, I think so.
The same time as like today and Wednesdays, but just a different day. I think it's going to fit better, and everybody can go off on Wednesdays and watch Seth. Even I like watching Seth.
Yep.
So you will see us back here Monday, and you will get notification for that ASAP. That's gorgeous.
I like that Ogo book he was doing. That was interesting.
Yeah. So thank you for everyone for being here today.
So that is the last
Well,
one.
all week, actually. We appreciate you.
Okay. Yes, thanks everybody for coming in on the different days and bearing with us, testing out days. So we think we're going to do Mondays. So I've now got to think of something for Monday. Okie
Fran
dokie.
is home. Fran's brain is cranking again. Yay!
Well, I've got the week.
It was a wonderful chat as always. I so enjoy having you guys come and chat amongst yourself and with us, and leave Fran to over there to play and not have to do anything except just create. Thank you, everyone.
Both on, and we can say bye bye, everybody. Bye bye.
She's leaving.
Chickle, chickle, chickle.
You're weird. You're just weird.
Bye bye. Bye bye. Bye bye, everybody.